passengers have begun to leave the ship at the centre of an outbreak of the deadly hantavirus. It arrived at the southern end of Tenerife early this morning, where the process of removing the more than 140 people on board is now taking place. Lorna Shattuck reports.
As dawn arrived in Tenerife, so too did the MV Hondius.
MV Hondius, MV Hondius.
Anchored off the port of Granadilla. At sea, it's surrounded by a security perimeter of 1 nautical mile. On land, a major police and military operation awaited, alongside intensive care specialists, to help over 100 passengers and crew, grouped by nationality, disembark and finally say farewell.
23 countries are involved in this operation. I want to thank all the institutions, the WHO, of course, and when all the passengers remain asymptomatic. The boat has arrived at 6:30 p.m. The entire operation is proceeding normally.
After medics arrived on the ship to test everyone on board, the 14 Spanish passengers were the first to leave. When it's the turn of the British, those who've tested negative will get straight on special buses and head to a chartered plane home. This is their eventual destination, accommodation at Arrow Park Hospital in the northwest, far from any public areas, for up to 72 hours. But they'll need to self-isolate for 45 days.
If the incubation period is up to 6 weeks, they will have to monitor the health of these people. So each of them will have to take the temperature 1 or 2 a day.
The end of weeks at sea, but the uncertainty for these passengers goes on. Lorna Shattuck, ITV News.
Well, our correspondent Nick Dixon is on Tenerife. So, Nick, how long do we expect this whole process to take?
Well, hi there, Faye. We've just come from a press conference with the Spanish government in the last few minutes. Long story short, this could go on for a while, potentially into tomorrow. But it really just depends on the passengers' nationality and whether or not their flights home are ready to actually leave, because no one is coming off the ship until their flights are ready and on the tarmac. The only passengers that have left so far, we understand, are the Spanish passengers. That was always agreed that they would come off first, and some French passengers as well. The British passengers still on board, but the operation is well underway, so hopefully they will get moving soon. And when they do get off this ship, they'll be straight over to the airport, onto the tarmac to get their flights, and then the plan is to take them to Arrow Park Hospital in Merseyside, where they'll start that precautionary period of isolation. But as I say, here at the port, the passengers on this ship may well be here for some time to come.
OK, Nick, on Tenerife, thank you. Well, meanwhile, a specialist army team has parachuted onto the remote British overseas territory of Tristan da Cunha in South Atlantic. That's to deliver medical support. A British national who lives on the island is suspected of contracting hantavirus while on board the Hondius. A team of 6 paratroopers and 2 military clinicians dropped into the territory with medical aid and oxygen supplies. To other news, the Education Secretary has said today that a challenge to Sir Keir Starmer's leadership would be completely wrong. It's after Labour backbencher Catherine West said she will trigger a leadership election tomorrow if no one else will stand. Well, our political correspondent, Shihab Khan, is here now. So, Shihab, how serious a threat is this to the Prime Minister to hang on to his job?
Yeah, it's becoming increasingly so. We've had around 40 MPs so far publicly say that they believe he should either go or set out a timetable for going. Every time a new MP comes out, it provides a little bit more cover for the next one to go and the next one to go. And these things can snowball quite quickly. As you said, Catherine West, a Labour backbencher, has said that she will trigger a leadership contest if no one else does. There are conversations behind the scenes trying to stop her from doing that. Interestingly, today, Josh Simons, who was a minister not long ago, who is from Starmer's wing of the party, has written in the Times, he has called for the Prime Minister to go. He said, we must also stop doubling down on a status quo that voters are crying out to change. He, talking about Keir Starmer, should lead an orderly transition for senior figures to agree a path forward. The alternative risks handing Nigel Farage the keys to Downing Street. Now, those close to the Prime Minister, including those in the Cabinet, are still defending him as of this morning.
I don't think the answer is to have a leadership change. I don't think that's what the country would want, us turning in on ourselves, talking amongst ourselves as a party, rather than focusing on the message they sent us. last Thursday.
So that gives you an example of exactly where the Prime Minister stands at the moment. Those close to him are still defending him. Those 40 MPs or so calling for him to go. What we do know is that the Prime Minister from Monday, tomorrow, is set to deliver a big speech to give us a direction of exactly what he plans to do. And the assumption is he plans on fighting on.
Okay, Shihab, we shall watch with interest. Thank you. Religious leaders have published an open letter in support of the UK's Jewish population following recent attacks on the community. Signatories also include people from business, media and sport, saying anti-Semitism is a problem for all of us to fix. And finally, the TV BAFTAs take place tonight, with adolescents set to win big again. The Netflix drama is leading the field with 7 nominations. Also expected to do well is the comedy Amanda Land, while Celebrity Traitors is up for Best Reality Show. That is it. Lucy Watson will be here with the evening news just after 6:30. Until then, have a good afternoon. Bye.